the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Caballo, aka Tony. Here with some of my nearest and dearest. I got Doe.
Damn, my nigga.
Yo, can I finish the intro for y'all cut and derail me off rip, my nigga?
Why you saying y'all? There's one person who did that.
Cause I felt it in your voice as well. Y'all niggas, this is...
My mic was on mute.
Shit is ridiculous. I'm skipping over you. Here, we got Mateo in the building.
What's going on, Tony?
And I got Pucho in the building.
How are you doing, Doey?
Damn,
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
Nah, you fucked your shit up when you derailed me.
It's a derailment?
Yeah, it's an early derailment. Our guests want to hear me call out y'all names. That's what they want to hear.
Some would say that some of us can't afford the luxury of waiting for that.
The client was waiting for that shit yesterday.
Oh, the fuck that means. And we got
no time to waste.
What's going on, my brother?
I'll skip over Doe. Mateo.
Tony's disheveled. He's like, he doesn't know what the fuck.
Nah, I just feel like this is gonna be a derailment episode. I'm just gonna have to keep bringing this shit back into fucking straight line and order. Fucking no, Doe. No, we're not asking you shit. Just hold that bottle in your hand. That's what we're doing tonight. Mateo, how was your weekend?
My weekend.
Well, week. How was your week?
You know, it was all right. It's Thanksgiving. I didn't have the spoons, so I didn't do a lot for Thanksgiving. It's been a mental health week. Let's call it that. But I did purchase Red Dead Redemption 2, so I'm finally playing that game after, however many years.
Yo, throw that share play on.
You said that, and you weren't even in the party or anything earlier. We were playing some Overcooked this week. That's where Overcooked 1 is so much harder than Overcooked 2. That game got significantly easier in the sequel for some reason. We're struggling.
Damn, that sucks.
I mean, that customer, he wanted his onion soup yesterday. So...
Yo, dude. Jesus single-handedly had me. Yo, I told him about that yesterday shit, and he ran with it.
Oh, dude, he was killing me. And half the time, he was just standing there spinning in circles, yelling at the rest of us about how late the dish was.
Yeah, Tony, I needed you there. Doey and Jesus were just standing around. Me and Mateo were in there frantic. Jesus was in there barking orders. And I swear Doey was over there in the corner, probably just packing a bowl, just chilling in the corner. Like, hey, man, he was washing dishes, though. Doey was on dish duty often. That was about it.
Doey likes doing the dishes. I remember last time we played, he was doing the dishes. I was on some fucking expediting shit. Like, I'm out here giving you this, giving you that, bringing this, bringing that. Doe didn't have the dishes. I'm slapping Doe. Give me the dishes and moving shit around.
Yo. Some people would say that multitasking is not an easy thing.
It is.
Some would say multitasking is impossible.
It is impossible.
Imposible.
Only for those who use only half their brains. I use the full brain capacity.
And you use none of it on speaking English.
That is also a fact.
Yeah, people who say multitasking is impossible, that shit's a technicality. Even computers can't multitask. They do one thing at a time. They just do everything so quickly.
And efficiently.
They give everything a little bit of time that it feels like, simultaneous. But same thing. It's like, cut up those vegetables and then hand it to me. Is that multitasking? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it's doing one thing right after the other. But people just standing around, watching people shit. Jesus burned down the kitchen. He had 3 stoves on fire.
It was impressive. It was in like the first 5 seconds of one of those levels.
Yo, Jesus sucks. I think he just wanted to be like the management version of Overcooked, where he just sits there and yells, and everybody else has to do the job. That's what it is. That's all it is.
I was the Gordon Ramsay of the kitchen. Jesus was like the servers that keep coming in and yelling at the cooks to like hurry up and get the food out. It was funny.
How was your week, Pooch?
It's pretty good, you know. Thanksgiving and all that. Spent some time with family and shit. I had a good day today too, you know. Just had a family day, you know. Took my daughter to the park, hung out with some family and shit. It was just chill.
Yeah, we missed you over here.
Yeah, I watched all of Arcane. Good show.
I finished it too today.
Some would say that you should only watch half of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you watch half, you'd be capable of saying whether you like the show or not. Yeah. Dowie thinks you need to watch 100% of a TV show before you share an opinion about it. Imagine getting through 17 seasons of Grey's Anatomy and then finding out there's an 18th season coming out. Dowie's like, don't share that opinion with me, Dowie. You better wait for that 18th season.
That shit's terrible.
That show's still going.
All the Game of Thrones fans are agreeing with Dowie right now.
Yeah. There's everybody loved Game of Thrones, and them last seasons, everybody's like, "Fuck that show. Fuck George R. R. Martin." Yeah, it wasn't his fault.
I think going off the books was their biggest. Like that was the worst thing they could have done.
George R. R. Martin.
That man doesn't want to write. He wants to do everything else to write. He's making a fucking video game. He's got so bored of writing.
Maybe he has writer's block.
He does. He got a blog. He blogs like two times a week or something. End of every post, he says, "Yep, I'm writing Winds of Winter." But sometimes he says, "Yeah, I went through 6 months where I couldn't write a chapter." You're like, "Oh shit, this guy's fucked."
That writer's block is serious.
It is serious, bro. For people who write and stuff like that and create, it's not easy to do that shit. That nigga's probably been writing forever.
I wonder
his entire life.
Then what about Stephen King? That man writes 500 books every single year without fail.
Maybe he's figured it out. You
that
know
nigga
what I mean?
has
like
to be on substance, some type of substance that just gets him going through it. Because
he's clean now. He does. There are like several books. I think Carrie's one of them, or Firestarter one of them. Stephen King says he has no memory of that book. Maybe it's Cujo that he's like, I don't remember writing this book at all. I was so blitzed out on cocaine way back then.
Damn,
the 80s was a different time, man. And Carrie may have been older. It's like 70s, I think.
Yeah, I think he got clean after he got run over by the van.
Run over by a van?
Yeah.
He liked to ride bikes too, though, in New York City. So
wait, you dead ass?
It wasn't in New York, but no, he got run over by a van.
I think it was walking.
He writes about it in the Gunslinger, the Dark Tower saga. Actually, like I think it's like book 6 or 7. He puts it. He's in the story himself as himself. He gets real weird with it.
That's awesome.
Spoilers, okay? For probably, it's like Game of Thrones and the Dark Tower are like probably my 2 favorite book series. It's really A Song of Ice and Fire for the book snobs, right? But I'm gonna call it Game of Thrones because people understand it. Not only did he get hit by a car, he wrote it into the story that he was getting hit by a car, and he wrote it into the story that the characters heard a prophecy that he was going to get into an accident. Jesus. So the characters had to go to where Stephen King was and prevent him from dying in this car crash. So the characters in the book save Stephen King so that Stephen King only like breaks his hip or some shit. And then he decides to continue writing the story, because if he stopped writing the story, then the world would end for the book characters. So the book characters exited the book into the real world and prevented Stephen King's death so that Stephen King could continue writing their story.
Yo.
You know, I never thought about it, but that's got some never-ending story vibes too.
Yeah.
Got to finish reading the story, otherwise everyone dies in the book.
Yeah.
Also, in comedies, Mel Brooks did that very well, broke the fourth wall, and then was able to continue telling a story. I think that's like incredible when you could do that.
Yeah, Coheed and Cambria's third album is exactly about that. The characters exit the book or they contact the god who's really just the writer of the comic book or whatever.
Huh.
Yeah. What about you, Dale?
Cool.
How was your Thanksgiving?
I worked, so I didn't get to do nothing. But I got some plates given to me today and yesterday. So I'm not gonna lie, I got to try a kind of a variety of food from different people. I've got to admit, not too huge of a fan of cranberry because what do I have, a UTI or something? What is this? But some of the
So only people with UTIs drink cranberry?
I mean, it's important to do that when you have a UTI.
Allegedly.
Whatever it touched was pretty good. The ham touched the cranberry. I was like,
oh my god!
I'm telling you, dude. Ham and turkey, you need that little bit of that cranberry sweetness.
Yeah, I was like,
so
even the potatoes, I was like, this is not bad.
So you mix hot with cold food on your plate?
No, I told them to heat it up.
I mix hot and cold food on my plate.
No.
The cranberry sauce was hot.
Yeah, it was a little bit warm. Yeah, because I told her to throw it in the microwave because I didn't have a microwave to wipe it.
Doe has this thing too where he doesn't like to put cold shit with hot shit to eat.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of, especially at Chipotle, that it just ends up tasting it like it doesn't matter what you order at Chipotle if you get it all on top of each other. For some reason, it just all tastes the same. It doesn't matter what type of meat you get, and I was tired of that. If you like get your cold and your hot separated, it tastes a little better. My opinion.
My boss has told me about some of his in-laws like superstitions they have that are kind of like super old school. And one of them is if you mix hot food and cold food, you'll get sick because you can't mix both in your stomach without throwing off your body temperature or something like that.
Wow. I mean, maybe back in the day. I don't know about now.
I don't think there's any validity to it, but
that's
something they swear
lunatic.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like 80% of the population that swears to God, if it's cold outside and you don't wear a jacket, they're like, oh, put on a jacket, you're gonna get sick. It's like, cold don't make you sick, baby.
I mean, what level of cold? You go outside right now without a jacket and start walking around, you're gonna get sick. I would think.
You're not gonna like catch a fucking cold. It's like, you know,
but like your body temperature is gonna drop. You could
do you
almost
catch
die.
a cold?
Yeah, I mean, like if you get hypothermia,
you?
that's different. Like that's like you're dying. Like,
so like I don't know what
like
would
people
be
say like if you go outside without like a jacket or something when it's like cold outside, like you're gonna get like the flu or you're gonna get like a cold. Like you get that from germs, not from cold temperature.
Do you catch?
Granted, the cold weather will lower your immune system, so like your chance of catching a cold or like a flu bug from someone that you interact with is higher. Allegedly,
is that true? The cold lowers your immune system.
That's what I've always heard. It might be one of those fake things, though. Now,
that's another,
that you're questioning
another lunatic shit. And I just want to ask: do you catch the cold? Or does the cold catch you? It's a real question.
I mean, you think that there's a higher percentage just for you to catch it than anybody else? I don't know.
I don't think you understand. I'm saying, do you catch the cold, or does the cold catch you?
This is where you insert the Russell Westbrook meme. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Think about it.
No. What the fuck does that mean?
You just said, yo, you're going to catch a cold. You don't want to catch the cold. The cold catches you. It latches onto you and makes you sick.
You know, there's this song. I forget which song it is. I think it's Money. And there's this lyric in that song that bothers me because I forget who the artist is, but she says, I had to grind like Kobe just to shine like Russell. And I thought that was a kind of fucked up thing because Russell Westbrook is a damn good player too. It's not like it's a bad thing to have to work hard just to shine like Russell Westbrook.
So I got disappointed when you said Money. I immediately jumped to the Pink Floyd song.
Me too. But then I realized you're talking about Cardi B.
It's not Cardi B.
No?
No, it's something with an L.
Imagine.
You're going to have me thinking now.
Nah, just focus on the pod.
I found it
hilarious. I found it hilarious that I'm like, imagine Pink Floyd with the fucking lyric. Like, you gotta grind like Kobe Bryant. I'm like, all right, this ain't Pink Floyd. I don't know what the fuck this shit is.
Wait. Don't go to the next topic yet. Or were you gonna do that?
Like Elite 47.
I've heard of her.
Yeah, she's got a song called Money. It's good. Hey, Tony, So how much of that leftover bread did you have for Thanksgiving, since that's your favorite leftover?
Yeah, some would say that it's the best leftover, just the bread.
I just want to tell you right now.
Some would say bread's a leftover.
Yeah.
The bread that I had was fantastic.
Shout out to Mike Nichols, good friend from high school.
Yeah, let me know when I can
He
speak.
had the exact same question.
Shit is
Is
this
bread
shit is
leftover?
ridiculous. To the fans of the One Up podcast, I apologize for the ignorance of these people that I host this show with, because this shit is ridiculous. The derailments, the cutoffs, just too much for me tonight. Just a little too much. But my Thanksgiving,
Some would
was
say
good.
that it's not appreciated.
Oh my fucking God. My Thanksgiving was good. I had the bread with all the meats and all the salads and all that, and I loved it, and I enjoyed every single bit of it. Boom. Now y'all can go ahead and talk.
Did you make a big Scooby Doo sandwich?
Yeah, I did.
Scooby Doo.
Were you with family on Thanksgiving?
I was with family, Pooch.
Not fake family, like real family?
Real family. Man, Pucho texted me with some praha. I also, I just want to throw out there to the guests. I had some of y'all message me. Couple words here real quick. We're just going to decipher for everybody. Praha means pressure. Putting pressure on someone any way, shape, or form. Twitch is where Doe and Pucho, for example, are in a conversation of something, and then some way, somehow, Pucho flips it on me, and now the conversation's on me. That's a Twitch. Mind you. The other one, what's the word that Jesus, that was a weird, fucking it. What was the word that Jesus said that his coworker was like, yo, what are you saying? Oh, it was praha?
Praha, yeah.
Was it praha?
Tell me what dike means.
Oh, dike means like that's a lie, like you're lying, like, yeah, right, like dike, like, oh, I got a 14-inch cock, dike, like that's like it sound like yeah, right, nigga, like you don't got it.
It's one of those Dominican words that have like 11 meanings, because it could mean just like
so and so said.
Like, exactly. So and so said, or it could be just like a filler word, like how Tony just used it a second ago. He was like, "What did Jesus say?" Dike, and he was just thinking, like trying to right. Yeah, but it has like 11,000 meanings. But really, the funniest is just like supposedly. Like that's like what it means, right?
But dike is way better. So this is words that just sound better in Spanish. I don't know what it is. It sounds better. But continuing on, yeah. So my Thanksgiving was good. I had time with my family and stuff. My son Luca met all his cousins. They're all roughly around the same age, so that was pretty cool. We took pictures with all of them young, because it's the first time they're all together and shit. So we'll see next time if we're all for Thanksgiving next year. See how they all grown up and take pictures and shit. And it's always a good time to spend time with family. Real family, not fake family.
None of that fake shit.
But yeah, I enjoyed my time. And it was great. I hope everybody else had a good time. I was supposed to go meet up with Brian, but I didn't make it. Brian was at the crib. Shout outs to Brian. Hit me up. I think I had mad bottles. Couldn't make it. My bad, B. My bad. But real quick before we move on, I do want to say...
Hold on. If anybody has Paramount Plus, South Park just released the post-COVID episode. It's like an hour long. Quite possibly the best episode they've released in a few years. Check that out. Fantastic. All right.
My favorite part about this is when the COVID episode came out, Doey said it's the best episode South Park has ever made. And then when the COVID special part 2 came out, he said the exact same thing.
They keep one-upping themselves. They're only one-upping.
Now you're getting a third COVID special.
Mm-hmm. They're all grown-ups. It's so funny. For some reason, everybody in the future keeps reminding them that it's the future. So their doorbell is ringing and they said, "This is the doorbell in the future. Someone's at your door." This is terrible.
You know what? I didn't realize that them signing this deal with Paramount Plus would mean that they were doing stupid things to SouthParkStudios.com.
I didn't know.
You know that they used to have it where you could watch every single South Park episode on SouthParkStudios.com. It makes sense they don't do that anymore since they're charging for Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Because you can only watch it on Paramount Plus too, which is pretty stupid. But the show must go on, Tony, right?
You tell me, boss.
I think it just did.
Anyways, like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by these
Why are
savages.
you so offended?
Another derailment. That's number 5 for the day.
Just
And
so
it's
mad.
not gonna end. It's not gonna end,
Be
folks.
happy, my brother. Be
I am
positive.
super happy.
All that negativity is gonna weigh down your life. It's gonna be like a poison.
We only
Also-
believe in positivity down here on the bottom squares.
Yeah. No criticisms from us. No, nothing like
That's
that.
the biggest lie. You guys are the most bottom feeders. My bad. I mean, bottom people.
Also, don't forget to remind the followers the special episode that we have coming out.
Can I do that though?
But just don't forget.
Let me know.
as long
Let me
as
know
you
when I can
it.
do that, because that's literally what I was gonna do. Literally.
go.
Thank you, sir. Anyways,
You know what's
Oh,
crazy is that we actually
shit.
write every single episode, and this is all in the script. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah, whenever we want, if we're ever interested in having a guest on, we have them read an entire script to figure out if they would fit in well. Usually they don't, so we haven't had any guests on. So do with that what you will.
This is gonna be a long one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, to all the fans out there, if you haven't subscribed, or if you're new to the channel, new to the page, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell button. Get notified when we dropping these hot fire videos. Share it with your friends. Share it with your sister, your brother, your grandmother, your father, your cousins, your uncle, your dog, your cat, your whoever the fuck. Just share it. Like it.
Should we
We're on
also
all-
just walk out in the middle of the street and be like, the One Up fucking podcast?
On Times Square for sure.
Also, for all the fans right now, the derailment has reached level 6. From this point forward, I am going to make a recording for a train that's getting derailed, and every time they derail me, I'm going to hit that button. It's going to make a sound effect. Going forward, this is what I'm going to be doing. I don't even know where I left. Oh, we're on all audio platforms, by the way. Spotify, Amazon, Apple, Podbean, I don't know. Are we on Pandora yet? Fuck, why
checked
did it
this
take us
morning.
so long? This is
In
ridiculous.
review. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on fucking Amazon.
Why aren't we on SoundCloud?
Continue, Tony.
For the fans,
We don't acknowledge that.
for the fans, Pooja just took a shit on the screen. This shit was hilarious. But yeah, we're on all audio platforms. Please follow, share, like us. If you rather see our face, that's awesome. We're on YouTube. Subscribe there. Hit the bell, like I said. But furthermore, let's get into these topics real quick, man.
You did not
So-
mention the special episode we're going to be on.
Go ahead, Doe. Mention the special episode.
Well, since you don't want to do it, we have a special episode coming up. I don't know if it's going to be posted on our page simultaneously with her, but I think it's going to be on her page. We are going to be guests on Crystal D. Smith's podcast, The Game Junkies. It's going to be very fun, much shorter than our normal episodes, so it should be like a nice watch. And it's a new format, you know? So I think you guys should be very excited about this. It's going to be good. Crystal seems like a really cool person, and I'm excited for this. So I hope you guys get excited too, because it's going to be our way to, be on somebody else's time and their wave, and, and we get to see what that's like.
It's gonna be really weird for me.
I hope she's good at wrangling cats so she can actually keep us all on topic.
It's gonna be really weird for me because me being the CEO, me having to follow somebody else's time, It's gonna throw me off a little bit.
I know, right? Like Tony owns his own business. He owns his own house. He doesn't have to talk to anybody about anything. He doesn't have a boss. He doesn't have to talk to his wife about this. No, he just unilaterally makes any choices that he wants. Okay?
I like that Damon Dash shit. Like, here, my son sells cookies.
Yo,
He's his own boss. So stupid.
I was about to fucking quote Dame Dash.
As soon as Pucho said he doesn't gotta be a boss and this and that, I was like, yo, that's all I think about that shit. That was classic.
But doubling back though, Crystal, she got her own YouTube channel, The Game Junkie Show. She's also on some audio streaming platforms. I don't know which. Probably the major ones, I'd assume. I know she just recently did an audio podcast, like within the last month or so.
We'll drop a link below.
Yeah, we're definitely going to drop a link so you guys can go ahead and follow, like her page. She's on Twitter, like we said. She's real good people. She also helped us ban somebody off of Twitter, her and her followers. So it was major. Cool people.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever talked about that drama, but apparently we're too brown, too ghetto.
We talked about it. We were doing shots that night, though. That's when we had so many technical difficulties.
That guy, that was the bad night. And we also gave him the first one down of the One Up podcast. Remember that?
Right. How could I forget?
Can't forget about that. But let's move on to our topic of the night. Well, the first one of the night. How far are you from the person you wanted to be when you was a kid? Like, you pictured yourself as a kid growing up, like, and what you wanted to do and where you wanted to be by the time we got to our age. And also, how far are you close to chasing your dream or getting to your dream? And how long should you chase that dream before saying, is this something that's achievable or should I just move on to another dream? I'll start with Doe. So, Doe. How far are you from the person you wanted to be when you was a little high child?
You know what's really crazy about this whole thing is that I've come full circle, and I've always wanted to do music and stuff like that as a child, and I've been doing music and DJing and stuff, but I wanted to be on radio. That was like my big thing. I wanted to be a radio DJ. I wanted to speak. And in a lot of ways, I've achieved that by being on this podcast with you guys. And I've been able to listen to my own voice. And for me, it's like my dream job. Like, honestly, that's why I enjoy it so much. I love it. I love just talking and having them conversations.
Shots to that. I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take a shot to that. I'm going to take a fucking shot.
I'm gonna crack open another beer. You can start, Pucho. I'll interject later and I'll talk about more stuff. But I really think this is my dream. This is why I don't want it to end, because it's just a dream to me. I can come here every day and I can do this because I think it's cool. I think it's awesome. I loved as a child listening to DJ K-Slay. Whack ass Funkmaster Flex dropping a billion bombs on the radio. Howard Stern. You see these personalities on radio, and for me, it was a big part of my like coming up. 106 in Park, stuff like that. Just hosting and like doing this whole thing. It's a dream. Dream come true. Look at this.
It's man dying up here.
For the audio listeners, Tony just took he has a shotgun casing shell that's double shot. And he just took a double shot of alcohol.
And it hurt him so bad that he had to chug from a bottle of water. So,
little sip, not a chug.
Yeah, it was. You had quite the pained face.
So, dope. I guess, that's pretty dope, though. It's not exactly what you wanted, but it's in the same realm.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, though. How far are you willing to go into chasing that dream? And is there a cutoff? Like, before we did this pod, was there a cutoff for you to not continue that dream?
I think it's very important to never stop chasing your dreams. I think like I'm one of those kind of people, and I think time is like a made up concept, and we think of time in a weird way. And I think time is necessary for everything. You gotta let shit marinate. You gotta let it just be, and it'll catch on to something.
You just contradicted yourself. Maybe I'm drunk, but you said time is not important, and then you went back and said time is important.
I think yes. I think it can be important and not important at the same time. I think it just is the perspective that you're looking at it. I think for me, my DJ stuff didn't connect with people at first, and then out of nowhere my songs will start getting more plays, and then I'll have people from certain areas. Still to this day, Houston, biggest city that I get views from. Then it goes Tampa, Orlando. I don't even know anybody in Tampa or Orlando, so how the fuck did they know? Like, they just be knowing me. And everywhere else where I put my stickers. But it's nice. It's nice to see. And I've been doing that since I was 15, 16. So yeah, I've always had dreams of becoming some big DJ. That never really panned out. But it's something that I could never stop doing, because it was, as much as it was a dream, it was one of my hobbies. It was one of the things I wanted to do as well. Like playing video games. Like, I enjoy doing that. I enjoy DJing. I enjoy listening to music. But there was having these conversations with you guys over these past 10 years since PlayStation 3, it's been good.
I do think though, I kind of agree with you though, like on chasing your dreams and not giving up. But I mean, I always say, when's the cutoff, right?
Okay, so here's the thing. If it's stopping you from paying your bills and it's stopping you from doing things that you need to do, you gotta weigh your options out. You know what I mean? I don't think like, at the same time, I say, follow your dreams. But if your dreams are making you go broke, or if your dreams are making it so that you can't survive, or like your family is stressed out, you can't pay shit, diapers for the kids, can't take your girlfriend out, I think those things are important as well. And I think you have to balance it, bro. Like, if you can't if you can't put that much effort or time into it, then you have to pull it back and like not do it as much, or maybe do it one time a month.
All right, I respect that. I can see where you're coming from. In some ways, I can agree with you as well.
Yo, I love a lot of my friends that I came up rapping with, but yo, if we're, I never say stop rapping, but you gotta come to terms that you know what I mean? It's just not gonna happen. And if you want to continue doing this, you gotta do it as like a hobby when you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And yeah, I agree. Like I said, with some of it, but maybe Pucho might have a different thing on because I know behind the scenes Pucho had his own comments. So Pucho, same question to you. Give it to me.
So I think for a while I was incredibly far from the person I wanted to be, but maybe being on this podcast, I'm building a personality. Maybe I'm getting closer. As a kid, I wanted nothing more than to be a professional wrestler. Okay. I wanted to win a Royal Rumble. I wanted to be the king of the motherfucking ring. I wanted to win WrestleMania. I wanted to be the world heavyweight champion. Okay.
Who did you picture?
I wanted to wrestle in WWF. I wanted to kick Vince McMahon's ass. I wanted it all. All right, baby.
Who did you picture yourself pinning to win the championship belt? Who was your big title win against?
I don't know. No, I never thought that far. The champs be changing. I mean, as a little kid, it was probably like Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, shit like that. But yeah, Bret Hart and Shawn. Bret Hart was probably my favorite wrestler ever. So Bret Hart's the man.
You can't win a Royal Rumble with a sharpshooter.
You gotta throw them out the ring. But yeah, man. I couldn't have been farther. Okay, but maybe through all this, I build a personality, build the following. Maybe I get make some connections. You know, the Austin Creeds of the world. They're on. You know, he's online. He'd be Twitch streaming. You know what I'm saying? Some other pro wrestlers and stuff. Maybe I make an appearance on WWF one day. You know,
That'd be
or
fire.
WWE now.
Yo.
It's not WWF anymore. You know. Yeah, I think they got sued.
I would love that shit.
Xavier Woods, I think, is a streamer or was a streamer for a while.
He's on G4 TV now.
Oh, is he really? Good
Yo,
for him.
he's one of the new hosts for G4 TV. They also relaunched their whole TV. They're gonna be on cable and they're back on YouTube.
Is he Xavier Woods or Austin Creed? Which one's his wrestling name?
Not too sure.
Because we're talking
One
about the
of
same
those.
guy.
One of those guys is on there.
He's
I
the
do-
pancake guy. They come out with the pancakes and throw it into the crowd. I would have been happy to do something like that. You know, I wanted to crack 2 beers and chug them like Stone Cold
Steve
Steve
Austin,
Austin.
baby.
Would you be happy to receive a pancake in the middle of the crowd, though?
Nah, hell no. That's gross.
I do think though that would be awesome, and it might come true, Pooch. If like let's say we blow up, right? We just fucking have mad subscribers, and we're just fucking just doing it, and then WWE was like, "Yo, we are hosting a WrestleMania of podcasters versus podcasters, 4-way battle royale, and us four
about
would just
celebrity
be
deathmatch.
yeah, pretty much, and we'll all be in there, and it's just like Hell in a Cell or tables, ladder, and chairs, and we're fucking. I'll be down. I'll be down to do that shit.
I could pin Hassan, no problem.
He's big, man.
It would take you and Pucho together. Y'all would have to transform and fucking
Imagine Hassan, Destiny. Destiny will be easy.
He's a little man. It sounds like 6'4", 6'5" or something. I mean, he's probably never been in a fight in his life. But he's
Facts.
big, man. Big dudes. They're strong.
Facts. What am I gonna punch him in his kneecaps?
That shit hurts.
Shit, she hit him right. Yeah, you'll fuck him up quick. So though, when did you give up, or when did you know, or not though, Pooch? When did you give up, or stop chasing that dream of becoming a wrestler?
Who says that he has? He could still get involved in the amateur wrestling circuit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nah. I don't know. Like pretty early on I realized like, you know, like maybe like 6th grade or something, I was like, all right, this isn't real. Okay, this isn't happening. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, I'm not being entirely sincere. I guess as a kid, that was my only real dream. For a long time, I'd be like, yeah, I want to be a pro wrestler. Like, but anyways, about the whole how long to chase your dreams, it's a very interesting conversation. I guess I don't romanticize goals in life as dreams. Like, I feel like making it a dream makes it something that you can't change, right? You got like it feels like you're locking in on something that you decided when you were like 12 or whatever. Now that's got to be your thing forever, right? So I mean, I don't know. I don't romanticize the idea of a dream. You know what I mean? I think more of like, what is a goal I want to achieve? You know, and after a while, if that goal seems too unattainable or something along those lines, or like maybe not possible for other reasons, or maybe I achieved it, I get new goals. I set new things I want to hit and things like that. So yeah, I'm not about fighting every day of my life until I become a pro wrestler, because one day I realized I don't actually want to be a pro wrestler. You know what I mean? I thought that was my daughter crying. It's just like the race cars. I live on a strip. They be drag racing on the strip.
Nice.
The eyes that I just made was the eyes of pure terror, of a panic attack that my daughter just woke up, okay? That's a dream. I dream for my daughter not to ever wake up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's the worst. But no, yeah. I mean, I guess, you came to a realization when you were like, you know what? Wrestling is not my thing anymore. That was some childhood shit, and now you're doing other
Pucho
things.
he did the boxing thing for a while, right?
Yeah, he did do boxing.
Yeah, for like a period of my time, from a period of my life, like when I started boxing, I was like 12 years old, right? And for a while, I was like, oh shit, when I turn 18, I want to fight in the Olympics because the Olympics every 4 years. And when I was 18, was the '08 Olympics, right? So I was like, yep, that's what I want to do. Me and Ray used to go to the boxing gym every day. And that was like our goal for a while. We were like going, training, fighting every single day. But shit happens, you know? Nigga had to get a job, pay bills and shit, you know? So dreams get fucked up sometimes.
Yo, I have a picture of Pucho sitting on a desk from that era. This nigga is so fucking skinny. And at the time you wouldn't think it because Pucho is Pucho. But like it's crazy that like even I during high school I was actually in shape.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like in those moments, right? You felt like a fat kid.
Yeah.
Right. But then you look back, you're like, actually, I was like, damn, like I was like, for a time period, it was like if I wanted to just bang out sit-ups like every day for a while, I could have had abs. Like if I wanted it, you know what I mean? But like, and it's like, but at that moment, I felt like that I was overweight. You know what I mean? But it's interesting, like it's perspective, right? Because you look back, you know, you used to feel like a fat kid. You look at them old pictures, you're like, I'm a fucking twig in that picture. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's interesting.
What is that song that you have, Doey? Forget, where it's just a bunch of like pictures from like your childhood. Yeah, you were a twig in some of those pictures.
And I had real bad insecurities back then about my weight. It was crazy. It's crazy. You know what I mean? But like, I think that's the importance of like just loving yourself and learning how to love yourself at a young age. I always envied, and I know this is going to sound weird, but girls in my school that were black and really big, but they really still love themselves like so much nobody could tell them that they're ugly or that they're anything. And they were very confident in themselves. And I was like, damn, how come I can't feel like that? How come I can't be fat and like love myself? So it's a long history, but I always admired women like that.
That's fire. You know, maybe in some way they helped you boost that confidence up. And now look at you. Yeah. Now you're 700 pounds and you don't give a damn. Wearing an X medium shirt. And I'm joking, though.
An extra medium shirt.
So that's prime example of the fucking 17 brain cells that Tony applies to speaking English.
Jameson's
medium. That's 9 on one side and 8 on the other side. He uses his entire brain.
So, Mateo, same question to you. Did you always want to be short your whole life? What was your aspirations?
Wow, that's mean.
My goal was to at least make 5'1", Tony. So, you know, I'll get there next year.
Love you, bro. I'm fucking with y'all short people. All the short people across the world are probably wanting to stab me now. So, we'll go ahead.
Sean.
I fell into what I'm doing now. Like I'm in the tech world and I kind of fell into the tech world. I didn't know what the hell I wanted to be. I think I've talked about this on the pod before. I went to college and I was a psych major actually first.
Yeah.
Decided I didn't want to be a psych major. Then I became an English major. Then I was like, I don't think I actually want to be a teacher. Then I went to philosophy and I was like, fuck, what do you do with a philosophy degree? I just like arguing with people. And then I became general studies and then I dropped out of college and I fell into the tech world. I got this job doing like dial-up and DSL internet support because, you know, I'm older than y'all. So that shit was still around. That could be a job when I first entered the workforce. And just kind of fell into the tech world, man. It made sense. I mean, back in high school, I was all over the place. I was in like the coding academy. I did like the Cisco prep shit. I was in football. I was in baseball. I was all over the fucking place. I was involved in everything.
That's crazy.
So I didn't know. I've spent a lot of time just not knowing what the hell I wanted to do with my life.
And look at you now. You got a fucking nice little crib. You're coding, complaining about half the shit you do at work. I mean, you know, you're living.
He's 5 foot.
He'll make that inch any day now.
Do you know, I measured myself against the door the other day, and I think I got... No, I'm kidding.
You got little lines at your fucking shit.
For the audience, I am taller than 5'1". I'm at least 5'2".
Yeah, at least. I could corroborate that story.
I wanted to say Big Sean says that he's going to a chiropractor for like 1.5 years, 2 years, and it's made him grow like a foot apparently.
Bro,
like 5 inches or some shit like that, some astronomical number, and everybody's like, yo, you're fucking lying.
No, they do some weird shit. I heard of some shit like that. They pop your back or something, and it just like builds some type of fluid or something that just like stretches your shit out more.
Will they claim that if you measure yourself in the morning, your height, and then you measure yourself in the evening, your height in the evening is lower because like the gravity throughout the day compressed your spine just enough to make you lose like an inch or so between like waking up and going to sleep?
That's ridiculous.
Damn.
I don't think you're gonna get a foot out of you. You're stretching your spine or anything, but
yeah, probably not.
Just don't go to a chiropractor, people. If you got any ailments, you need to see most likely a physical therapist.
What's wrong with going to a chiropractor?
It's fake. It's quack science.
Had no idea. My doctor, when I asked my doctor, should I go to a chiropractor? He was like, no, go to a physical therapist. He says chiropractor it's like some fake shit. Yo, they got beef. They don't want you to see each other.
They spend millions of dollars lobbying the government in order to be able to call themselves doctors. But they're not doctors. They didn't go to school for 8 years and then do residency and all.
Does that make you a doctor?
Yes, that's actually what makes you a doctor.
So you got to do 8 years?
A medical doctor. Yep, you go to school for 4 years, then you go to medical school for 4 more years.
So it's no shortcuts.
Then you go to a hospital and you work in a hospital during your residency, and you work there doing a lot of different things until you kind of ultimately decide on the things you want to specialize in. Then at the end of that, when you get hired by an actual hospital after you finish your residency, I think is when you could call yourself a doctor. Before then, you're not a doctor. And chiropractors only go to school for like 2-4 years, maybe something like that.
Yeah, that's why it was such a big deal back in the 80s when Neil Patrick Harris went and he was like a medical doctor for a while in the 80s.
So the whole world goes to shit, right? The whole world. And we're out there camping and shit. You break your leg and I'm there and I fucking fix it. Do I become the doctor now? Because I fixed you?
I would call you a barber surgeon.
Wow.
Right.
Ain't gonna fix your leg when that shit breaks in the wilderness. I'll tell you that.
You think
much.
anybody that could like help you with a broken leg is a doctor?
Yeah.
It's called first aid. Like you can learn about this. Like,
Doctors get first aid?
Paramedics do first aid. They're not doctors though.
That's beast. They should be. No, they. Yeah, what do you mean? Why are you making that face? They're the first ones that get you. Their job.
Doctors.
Yeah, their job is to keep you alive till you get to the hospital.
Their job is to render aid to anyone in a bad situation.
Anybody can render aid. I can render aid to anybody.
You remember when Tony was upset about all the derailments, and now we've been talking about doctors and
yo, hold the fuck up. So you're telling me that anyone that can do the Heimlich maneuver is a doctor?
No, they're rendering first aid.
So like anyone that could give you can breathe air into somebody. What's that shit called when you're breathing in somebody's mouth?
Tony?
No, I'm saying he's thinking that giving a blowjob is fucking considering a doctor. No,
CPR.
I mean, it could help with blue balls. It could help with if you're backed up. You know what I'm saying? That's rendering.
Yeah, I tell my wife that shit all the time. She looks at me like I'm a fucking buffoon. She's like, "That's not even a real thing." I was like, "You don't got balls. You don't understand. Can't give men." Yeah, she's not. She can render this first aid though.
Awkward.
So. We're gonna stop doing the subtext and the meta conversation here with the question of when should you stop pursuing your dreams. This conversation came about because Pucho and I both said we have about 2 years we're willing to put into this podcast. If we're not seeing any growth, then walking away might be the best thing to do at that point.
Yeah, apparently, they don't, after 2 years, if they don't see anything substantial. Wow. If they don't see anything, yeah. If they don't
Basically,
see
some
anything
people are
going
putting
on.
a lot of life hours into the pod, and it may not be worth it, you know?
No, for sure. And I completely understand that.
Even though time is meaningless, apparently, or it's fake.
But it's good. It's real. It's fake real.
Time. I didn't really. I personally didn't. There's no subtext. This is actually something that I really love doing and enjoy doing it. So there's really no subtext. I didn't mean it like that.
Oh no! I just meant the entire conversation. Like the premise, the reason this conversation topic came up was because of the outside conversation about time limits on seeing success from this thing, basically.
Yeah.
So I mean, moving on.
Before we move on, I want to know, Tony. What dream did you have as a kid?
That's what I was going to. That's what I was trying to get to.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get to. I don't know where you were trying to get to.
Derailment. I'm gonna have that button here.
You said moving on, like we're moving.
Moving on from the bullshit we're
English.
talking about to my shit. Big dog.
English.
But yeah, I had dreams of I had 2, maybe 3 dreams because one got canceled and the other one. So my first dream was always play the NFL. Always wanted to play football.
What position?
Defensive.
Offensive line.
More likely DN.
Yeah, you could be a DE with your height. You could be a DE.
Tony would be a good right guard.
I could see it.
Big.
But yeah,
Why only right guards and left guards? What's up with that? Somebody's better at doing their right side? I don't get it.
There's the center, and there's the left and right guard, and the left and right tackle. And then I forget what the
tight end floats. He can be on the line, off the line, all over the place.
Okay, sorry. I just don't understand football.
They're the guys they defend the quarterback.
yeah.
Okay.
The tight end sometimes defends the quarterback. Sometimes they go out and catch a pass.
Yep. And my mom never signed the paperwork for me to try out. So that shit got canceled. And then being stupid in school and whatever, my grades weren't good for the next year to try out. So I guess stopped. And then
Your mother might have saved your life.
how?
I mean, maybe what if she signed that paperwork and then you lost the 12 brain cells on one half of your brain that you use for English, and then you just couldn't talk anymore? Like you
As long as I can play, it don't matter. Look at Bobby Boucher.
Sure.
Bobby Boucher got a college degree. He was working on it, man.
But yeah, that was definitely a dream of mine. And then I always wanted to be a contract killer for the government. That was my thing growing up. Maybe, and it could have been playing too much Hitman, but that was my thing. I wanted to get paid to kill people for the government. That was my thing. And that's real. Governments have that shit. I don't think it's not a real thing. Yeah, it was like episode 4. I'm just saying that was one of my dreams. And then
How far are you from that dream?
I'm pretty fucking far. I ain't killed nobody.
I'm telling people to never stop chasing their
You know, I gave up that dream really quick.
One day you're gonna assassinate someone, champ. Doey believes in you.
Yeah, for real. It might be Doey. Boom, boom, boom.
No, bro.
Nah, I'm
Not
fucking with
me.
you, man. I love you, bro. But no, yeah. So that shit ended quick. But then I always wanted to do like streaming video games. So like that's something that it was a hobby. Like as a kid, I played a lot of video games and I was pretty fucking good at it. You know, playing SOCOM and shit. So I always wanted to stream and do something similar to what we're doing now, which is kind of dope. We're doing it now, you know? So like Doe, that's why I agree with Doe on some of it. Like this is something that's fun and I'm doing it with some of my closest friends. So, you know, kind of living the dream, you know? I mean, right now, my job, I work with general equipments and stuff like that, dewatering pumps and stuff. So I'm fine with my job. You know what I mean? I don't hate my job. I'm advancing in my job, so and I'm happy, and it gives me enough time and money so I can do these kind of hobbies. And who knows? I want this shit to blow up pretty fucking quick. You know, I'm not on this 10-year plan, but I do want this to blow up to where, fuck, maybe I quit my job and this would be a full-time job, and you know, and I can pay you guys. No, I can pay Lacey because she's our, you know, VP. She's out there, and you know we can do this. Why are you laughing so much, though? Like, what is the laughter?
Because your breakdown the other night of what we would each
All right. So, side note, I did a breakdown right on the percentage of what everybody's gonna get paid. Because I'm the CEO, and I started this whole venture. I said that I was gonna give myself 60%, and that Doe was gonna get 20% because he was the first one to come in. He was right on the. He was like, yeah, I want to do this. Let's do it. He backed it up. He even helped me with the title and everything. Then the rest will be split between Mateo and Pucho. And only because Pucho didn't want to do this shit. Pucho was against this shit. He didn't want to, but he's doing great. He's doing a fantastic job.
Nigga is keeping the podcast alive single-handedly. The only reason
I don't give
why
Pucho
the
enough credit.
exists.
I don't give Pucho enough credit, but Pucho literally does all of the editing. So all these,
You're gonna give him 5%.
Life goes on though. Unless you want to give us some of your shares, life goes on.
No, I'm nice. I was gonna give Pucho 6, and I'll take the 4.
I would say it's a mischaracterization to say that. I didn't want to do this. The way Tony initially brought this up, it almost sounded like a pity inclusion, and I was like, nah. Yeah. It just sounded like, yo, since my other shit, didn't really pan out, and maybe we could do something. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be the like the fucking makeup,
It wasn't like that. I mean, you knew what it was from the get. Like,
I actually did. I'm telling you what I thought.
Us
right
four
now.
was the original because remember we all wanted to do our own streaming podcast, and we did one episode.
It's somewhere. I need to find that thing, but it's somewhere.
Shit. But to give out the name, it might get stolen now. But no, don't give out the name.
No, don't give out the fucking name.
That was a good ass name. But
out of your mind.
We were gonna be a 4-man streaming podcast, or not stream. Well, yeah, I guess of whatever game we're playing, and it was great. It was fun. We're all in Texas doing it, and that kind of stilled, and we were supposed to jump on that shit years ago, but shit went through the cracks.
Man, we're talking like
2015,
2016. This is way pre-pandemic. The pandemic happened. All the podcasts crept up.
Salud.
So we could have been front of the wave. Okay, missed an opportunity.
Yeah, we definitely
same conversation we're having before we hit record.
I still remember Tony. I still remember
Oh.
Tony calling me up in tears, just begging me to be on for episode 2. He just said like the magic wasn't there. He needed like just that extra energy. Just crying and begging me
this
to be
podcast. No, yeah, Mateo wasn't. If you guys go back, Mateo wasn't on the first episode. He came in on the second one. We needed a fourth. Me, Doe, and Pucho were just kind of good, but it was off balance. We needed that fourth plant.
That wild card.
Technically, Mateo was on the first episode.
He was not.
The first episode wasn't called the one.
Oh yeah, the first episode was After Hours.
Yeah,
The After Hours.
We were called the After Hours. That was my name that I came up with. And let's just say the one up was the one up. It was the way. It was the way for sure. But yeah, if we're doing contracts and shit, Mateo wasn't there for the first episode, so he gets that other percent with Pucho. But I mean, we can work it out later with our lawyers, guys. Don't worry about it. Anyways, but now all joking aside, like these guys do a fantastic job. Pucho literally
Is the heartbeat.
He does the editing. Mateo does the thumbnails and the descriptions and the ideas of the pictures and rips and all the funny little shits. Like the one of me being a turkey, kind of disrespectful.
I don't think
but I liked it.
Yo, the shit that Mateo has learned to do, his writing was always good. I just never knew his writing was this good. Like single-handedly writing, 10 out of 10. Photoshop skills, didn't know he was gonna have these. Even better. It like created this new form of like us being able to like have conversations.
I'm not gonna lie, Mateo's photoshopping skills made me start doing photoshopping off my Snapchat. So I got like pictures and stuff that I could just rip. And that's how I've been doing it. I mean, you obviously got the program and shit, but you could do it on Snapchat and it's pretty fun. But I do want to learn how to do the editing part of it. Like what Pucho does, because you never know. One day I have to replace him.
Yeah, like if I was getting shot. Remember when I was giving you a phone call earlier, but then you didn't pick up? Tony's one of the few
what did I tell
cowboys who think that the only thing that can stop a bad man with a gun is a good man with a gun. So I was trying to call him to defend my life.
What did I tell you? What was my response? Jesus was there. I was like, "Oh, you shouldn't have gotten shot."
That's terrible.
That's true. That's interesting.
Don't put yourself in those predicaments. You would have gotten fucking shot.
Yeah, you're mincing two different conversations, but
I am?
we did. Yeah,
okay.
But we did have a conversation vaguely similar to that because you missed my call after that. You got off.
Oh,
but that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah,
well,
Tony and Jesus, they agreed he shouldn't have gotten shot. I'm like, we could walk this argument to terrible places, Tony. I don't think you agree, but okay.
I'm not down to go to this road. Another derailment, but moving on. We're classic derailment here. Next topic, guys. Condoms. What kind do you use and what kinds do you stay away from? And I'll start with Mateo. We'll leave Dolph towards the end.
Oh my God, what are these lewd gestures?
I don't know. That's why I stay away from
man.
him.
He's going crazy up there. I think lifestyle condoms are the only ones that like can't deal with those. Don't like those lifestyle condoms.
Those lifestyles.
Yo,
I don't like the desensitizing condoms. Don't like those very much.
I bought one of those on accident.
What's that?
Oh, that's a bad surprise to accidentally get.
It numbs your cock. So
wait, but what the fuck? Who the fuck has too hard of a cock?
They're supposed to make you last longer, is what they claim. But I don't know who these things are designed for because they just completely. It feels like you don't have a penis anymore. It just feels like it's gone.
For children who have just hit puberty.
When you got that geyser ready to blow, it's like the
geyser.
The numb might make you a minute man.
I don't.
You were a second man before.
I don't understand the flavored condoms really.
It's for all blowjobs accessories.
Those flavors seem like they're probably terrible. I've never tried them, but I've smelled them, and I feel like when you smell something, you kind of get a feel for what it tastes like. I don't think those flavored condoms taste good.
But imagine sucking a regular flavored condom. That shit probably doesn't taste good either.
Tastes like latex.
Yeah, that latex shit stinks. I don't like the smell of it.
What if it was like fruity tooty?
Like a fruit roll up?
Yeah, like a fruit roll up. Maybe grape.
It'd be better.
Grape
for sure.
Kool-Aid.
Would you like backwoods condom flavor though? Smoking that dick.
Fonto leaf condoms.
Jesus Christ.
That's beast. But yeah,
I don't think the fruit roll-ups are a good prophylactic. I don't think that we can condone using a fruit roll-up in place of a condom.
Do you think you can use a fruit by the foot
and
just wrap it around until it gets to the top?
Okay, if you were in a post-apocalyptic situation, right, and all the condoms you found were bad, maybe you could make a fruit roll-up work for your purposes, but I wouldn't put any trust in that. I think you're gonna have a wasteland baby.
You gotta go Jamie Foxx and booty call. All right, just you're in the hospital, get a latex glove, put your dick right in the middle finger, and go to town. Okay, you gotta lube it up, but
somebody told me to saran wrap the pussy before.
Oh, that's like a what do they call it? A dental dam or whatever?
Fucking dental dam.
They said you gotta put the saran wrap over the pussy, and then you can have sex with it, no matter what condition. Bloody, not bloody, hairy, not hairy.
I don't think that I would trust the saran wrap to hold true. I don't know about that one. Hey, I got a side topic that I think is kind of funny. I noticed this on our Spotify this morning. You know that we have 3 episodes up on our Spotify. Shout out to us. 2 of them are labeled as explicit. One of them is not. The one that's not labeled as explicit is the one when we talk nothing but sex acts, because it's the sexuality of sex acts episode.
And that's not labeled. That's fan.
Interesting.
Shout out. Sexual acts.
What about you, Pooch? Condoms.
For me,
I do magnums.
I got a couple funny condom stories. All right, I'll share a few as we make our way around the table. But I am early on. I was any condom man. Okay, my brother, my big brother, my middle brother. Right, he's a little older than me. This dude had a treasure trove of condoms. He's like, "Yo, you ever need condoms? They're right here." And I don't know where he got these things from. Probably like Planned Parenthood or some shit like that. But I mean, it was all the condoms, like of all the types and colors and all the brands. So yeah, there's some, that felt like I was choking a limb off. And there's some that was some baggy pants, you know what I mean? And there's all the different colors and there was all the different flavors. He had some cock rings in there. It was crazy. He's like, yo, just do whatever you feel. You know what I mean?
Wait, these were unused cock rings? Yeah, I'm assuming they're not like,
he had a lot
use
of
my cock ring.
No. My brother had a lot of crazy shit. And there's some funny stories that the first condom I ever used was a red Trojan condom, right? Unlubricated, okay?
No.
I was a rookie. Didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, this shit was like fucking a car tire, okay? This shit was like hard fucking rubber. It was like fucking powder. It was weird. Okay.
You remember that powder they used to give us in middle school to wash our hands? Was it like that?
It was worse. At least that shit turned to soap. This shit just stood with you. It was just like it was a residue. Is what it was. Yo, shout out to the ghetto bathroom soaps. All right, you hit a little button and it just dumps like a fucking borax detergent into your hand, and then you just kind of put it in the water and rub it, and it just like kind of becomes sort of soap. It's like maybe you're cleaning your hands or maybe you're rubbing some bullshit. I don't know.
What if they ran out of funding and they just put flour in there instead? They're like, whatever. Just put something in there.
Honestly, I think it was fucking borax. I think they just bought like a laundry detergent and just like dumped them in there. But
the Florida school system.
I've never used a glow-in-the-dark condom, but I feel like I would have a hard time not making some kind of lightsaber joke or sound effect or something if I had a lightsaber dick going on.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, another funny situation, okay? One time, I was in my brother's room, okay? Just grabbed the condom. I knew where they were. Just snatched one. Did the business. When I was done, boom, turned the lights on. And I looked at my dick, dude. It was a tuxedo.
Oh, tuxedo.
It was a tuxedo condom. It was so stupid. It was like a little fucking tux. and
that's awesome.
The girl that was there, she started laughing hysterically at me. So it made me feel
it was both
funny, a little embarrassing.
That's hot.
And I was like, I got a little tux dick. This is weird.
That's the prom condom.
The prom condom. Damn.
The prom condom.
Yeah.
What was your worst was lifesavers, right? Or lifestyles?
Yeah, you shouldn't use a lifesaver as a condom. Not recommended.
I want to say the worst I had, it might have been, there's a condom called One. I remember this thing just being so too snug. And I was like, this ain't it. I can't do this. So,
You know,
You ever go steal the handful of condoms from the health center at your campus? They had like they had like the little condom tray, and yeah, like I grabbed an amount of those every time I was in there, and most of those condoms were garbage.
The worst.
I don't know why they give you the cheap condoms that you will get people pregnant in.
it's women, bitches don't call them bitches.
I know that's why I stopped. This is the JMO. But yeah, that shit to me is like, yo, you want me to not have kids? Why you giving me these bullshit ass give a girl some kids condoms? Like, that shit is ridiculous.
Talking about having kids. These lamb condoms, these
Oh
lamb
my
skin
God.
condoms that everybody swears by, they'll get someone pregnant, okay? They're porous. So everybody, if you're using these condoms for other reasons, like you're allergic to latex, and
Sexually
things like that,
transmitted diseases as well.
No, it prevents. Yeah, no, I'm saying. Like, it prevents STDs, but it doesn't prevent pregnancies.
Ah.
So
you got
we'll
double
use
up.
lambskins condoms.
Use some spermicidal lube or something with them.
Yeah, I might still use these. I just have to use the backup.
The spermicidal lube.
Yeah, facts.
It's fucking McLovin over here.
No, the weirdest thing would be to offer a girl a diaphragm or something as your secondary.
Damn.
Wait, what's up with the female contraceptives? How come that hasn't gotten popular? How come these women can't strap up?
Because of the diaphragm thing, but the diaphragm condom doesn't prevent STDs. I don't believe.
Do you want to trust that shit though? Really? Do you really want to trust that shit?
I mean, if I lived in a real reality, I would have her on birth control. But unfortunately, in my past relationships, birth control could have some very negative effects on women to the point where they should not be on birth control. So I would say that, go see your doctor, figure that out, but if she's cool and she's fine on birth control, then, everything's gravy.
Well, some of the girls...
I'm going to be honest. I wish there was a man birth control. I'd
actually
be shooting my shot. Oh, I'd be loading up.
There's a scientist or a doctor overseas that came up with a way that you put your balls in this like pool or like a couple pool, and it's through vibrations, it would stop the sperm from going up to the canal and out of your dick. And you have to do this every 6 months. I swear to you, I heard this on the Breakfast Club.
Is it like a tilt-a-whirl? Like it spins them around so your
I don't
sperm
know.
get all confused and
drop
dizzy?
them. You drop them in there, and it's like it just fucking vibrates to the point. I swear this is the real thing, and you won't get. Supposedly, you'd be safe for 6 months, but you got to do it 6 months every time from time. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I just wear rubber or just pull out.
That shit
the pull-out
sounds
method
perfectly
always
fine.
works. Just saying.
Which I
might catch a nut off this vibrator.
Facts.
Sign me up.
What about you?
That's how
Which I got a Dune question for you, since you're our Dune expert on out of the four of us. Do you think that the force field from Dune could act as a condom?
It depends how fast your thrust game is. If it's a slow thrust, you're getting through. The slow blade penetrates the shield. Okay, that's a saying. If you're hitting that shit hard and fast, I think it's stopping. Even your cum shot, if it's quick, I think the shield will just stop it.
It'll just stop it, right?
Like it's a projectile.
Damn.
What you saying, though?
You think golden showers are like a real sign of appreciation in Dune?
Yeah. Yeah.
They would have to be, right? Like that would be the ultimate sex act.
It would be that, and maybe a sign of disrespect. I was talking. Who was I talking to? I was just like, man, like when they're fucking in Dune, like, say you about to bust, is it just customary? Like, who's swallowing this sperm?
I think
someone's swallowing it. They don't waste liquid, okay?
No, I think that you don't clean up. Like they just don't clean up in the world, and they just put the still suit on, and they just let things drip and just absorb into the suit naturally.
Nice.
I think
she's still drinking
I think
it.
somebody's swallowing it. Okay.
Either way, she's swallowing it. Either way.
Well, I mean, why would you give up your liquid for free?
Facts.
You might swallow
You're not.
yourself.
You're fucking. So you're not. You're
you might have
paying
to
it.
ejaculate in your own mouth.
I mean, she's not a prostitute, Tony.
No, but she's letting you get her juices because she's gonna be coming. So you just swapping comes, pretty much.
I mean, your dick doesn't act like a straw. Your dick's not absorbing any of her juices.
Yeah, what the fuck's he talking about?
I'm not saying whatever. Let's move on. Doe, what about you?
Okay, I gotta be completely honest. I fucking hate condoms. Oh my god, I fucking hate condoms. Condoms fucking suck, in my opinion. But I think it's because I'm a ghetto poor piece of shit, and all I've ever gotten are these one condoms. Even worse, there are these condoms called NYC condoms. Them shits are terrible. Them shits single-handedly stopped me from using condoms. Period. I just never wanted anything to do with them. You could get them at your barber shop. You can get these things anywhere for free.
Are those condoms made by the MTA or they're like the Tourism Bureau or something?
Some of them have the subway shit on them. It's the worst. It's the worst. All right. I gotta be completely honest. Only after I started to buy quality condoms did I see some sort of use in them. It just was because I was poor, and the condoms that I was provided to me were just, they were too tight, they were too loose, they just didn't. I don't like condoms. Preferably, I know that I have to use them. I try my hardest not to have sex without them. Be responsible. Make sure that you're protecting yourself.
Hardest.
I don't want to spread the wrong message, because there might be somebody watching this and they'd be like, yeah, Doughboy, he knows what I'm talking about. No, motherfucker. Be responsible. Find a condom that works for you. Otherwise, you better jerk off to some Ava Devine or some fucking Aurora Snow triple penetration videos.
They should sell condom sampler packs so you can like try out a variety of condoms and find the one that works for you. They do this with mechanical keyboards. You can buy the little tester things where it has all the different switches so you can figure out which switch is perfect for you. Yeah. And that's a way less important decision than, not getting this person pregnant.
You want them to have like a glory hole and have different condoms in it so everybody can stick their dick in it and be like, all right, this one
wouldn't that be
great.
Cool? Like a fleshlight that is
that's how you pass STDs.
Well, no. I don't think Mateo's saying like there's just one of these in your like high school and everybody puts their cock in it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he's saying like you purchased this thing for like $4. And it's like the condom tester pack, and you could just put on a bunch of different condoms.
I was saying, like, he mentioned mechanical keyboards and trying it, so I correlated the both and I put it in there. That's it.
High school glory holes? You're starting like some weird fetish.
I didn't even say high school glory holes.
So, Tony, what condom do you fuck with, and which one do you not fuck with?
For the longest of times, I didn't fuck with any condoms because I had my girlfriend, who is now my wife. But I do occasionally fuck with the Trojans, I think that's they're called. Yeah, it's the guy with the helmet and the shit, right? Like,
how do you avoid getting your wife pregnant?
I pull out. I've been pulling out. And she was on birth control too. But I've been always pulling out.
So the birth control, dude.
Some days, my shit just got stuck. So I couldn't take it out in time. So,
Stuck.
Yeah, I call it the stuck. So it just feels too good.
Excuse you give your wife because you didn't want to pull out.
Sometimes that shit feels good.
But it feels good.
It always feels good. That's why I don't ever pull out.
And
I'm the non-pull-out artist.
The females say that it feels good with that shooting into them because they can feel it, that warmth. Just get shot inside of them.
It's real hot. It's real hot and warm. So one cool thing that nobody really knows, when you get with a person, your vaginal and cock start to smell like each other. Like you could smell your girl on you, and she could smell you on her. It's weird.
You got to
It's cool,
shower
though.
after
Tony
sex.
or Doey, you're also supposed to, in addition to washing your legs, you're also supposed to wash your cock.
Yeah.
You'd be very surprised. I'm just saying.
You know, you
You'd be
pull
very
the skin
surprised.
back, you get under the hammer, under the gills.
If
talking
you
about
have the
after-
skin,
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I like being reminded who my woman is.
so yeah, the other condoms I don't like. I think they were the what was the ones with the little fucking clear pack? I think it was Lifestyles, maybe. It's the Planned Parenthood ones they got. Like them shits are trash. The like I swear I grabbed one and it had a hole in it. I was like, this is no good.
I've never experienced. I've used hundreds of condoms. I've never experienced.
This one had, and it might have been because it was in my pocket all day. But mind you, trash. And I did run into
I like the weird stuff they do with condoms. I like there's not a lot of ways to improve condom technology. So they come up with all kinds of crazy shit where they're like, this one has a twisted tip, or this one is triple ribbed for her pleasure.
I get all triple ribs. All those
like,
little lines and shit. I also tried the
this one's got a built-in cock ring.
Yo, lube, super important.
Oh yeah. I tried the I guess the Bengay of condoms where it gets hot and cold. Let's just say I did not enjoy that shit at all.
Did you have a fan going though? That's kind of
there was AC going. There was AC going, but it's like it's in there and it's so hot that you're fucking like going even harder and faster to just maybe hope that it's your tip of your head is stop being on fire, and then it gets cold out of nowhere. I ended up just taking that shit off and just continuing on, but that didn't help because it's on my skin and my dick was still hot and cold. It is weird.
Yo,
I don't recommend that to anybody.
Yeah, that's the Trojans. They get warm sensation that burns my cock.
I can't use those, but I use this silicone-based lube once, bro. Incredible. Best lube in the world.
You know my problem.
You might want to check because I don't think you're supposed to use latex condoms with silicone-based lube.
I don't use condoms. That's my problem.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
it's just for our listeners out there. Does someone double check me? But I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to use silicone-based lube with latex condoms.
You can use lubricants with condoms. Just certain
No,
ones.
Mateo said.
Yeah, there's certain ones you can use. Like the water-based ones are safe, but I think the silicone ones would like wear down the latex walls and increase your chance of catching
is with
shit.
the KY. During sex, I like to start off without using the KY. I like getting the warmed up type shit, right? But because my problem is I put too much KY, right? A little is a lot, people. A little is a lot. Your boy be just like this. So then when I go and lather that shit, it's dripping down my asshole now. It's just like way too much KY, right? And it's just like, fuck. Like, what I'm going to do with this? So I just start wiping it all over. I'm just like, here, you can have some. I can have some. And keep it going.
Too much is a better problem to have than not enough, though.
Hold on.
No, I like the ribs.
Let me plug
Ribs is
this.
good.
The over lubrication is like making a Teflon cock, and the friction's where the pleasure's at. Okay, when you got that Teflon, baby, you don't. It's just like.
Yeah, facts.
There's
Just
there's not
slipping
a
and
lot of feeling
sliding.
there.
Yo, check out the general text, because this shit is the truth. I'm going to read this out. AmazonPrime.com. The Penchant Intimate Lubricants for Sensitive Skin. Silicone-based, discreet label, personal lube for women and men. This shit is the sex lube for the world.
I don't know
All right?
about that. You ever tried that space KY? A space jellium or whatever the hell they call that shit? For astronauts?
Space KY?
Astronauts got like that petroleum fucking KY.
The petroleum jellies. Talking about Vaseline.
Whatever the fuck they got going on. But no, yeah, those condoms are terrible. I don't like using condoms. But every now and then, It is where it is.
I'm wrong. Apparently, silicone-based lubricant is fine to use with latex condoms.
Cool.
I will tell you though, Uber Lube is the best in the business.
Uber Lube.
Uber Lube. It comes in a little glass vial. It's got a little squishy handle thing.
Real quick interjection too, for all sponsorship availability here. Any KY lubricant company that wants to, want us to drop you in here and put a little dot of your company here, feel free to send us an email. Go ahead.
Maybe we can make a demo with your lube.
We could. I'm fine with a demo. I got my VP here, Doughboy, who can demonstrate. No,
but yeah, I didn't even mention. So my go-to condoms though, is I use the ultra sensitive. I just want the thinnest layer that's still gonna protect. So I just go for the sensitive joints. In the past, I used to try a lot of different things. So I was like, oh, black condoms, that's cool. That's where I got a numb cock. Then there's the warm sensations, a burned cock, and then the Trojans. I don't know if they still have these things. They used to have like these assortment packs.
Yeah, they still do.
There was like the ribbed ones, the ones with the dots on it. They had like all these different types of things that were supposed to enhance the sexual experience for your partner. So I used to fuck with those for a while, but I just get a plain Jane.
Do you guys fuck with the vibrator cock rings? The ones you slide on there, so when you're fucking her, it vibrates?
Not every time, but I've definitely played with those.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, what about you, Doug?
I mean, you got to mix things up. You got to keep things fresh, right?
Facts. I'm all about keeping things fresh. Like, it's not like some people probably see like, oh, my dick's enough. Like, bro, the vibrators do something that your dick can't do. To just bring it out there.
Wait, you can't make yours just vibrate?
You can make your dick vibrate. Please show me how to do that. That should be fantastic. But yeah, there's some things that your dick can't do, and that's one of them. And vibrating and changing the speed on that shit is ridiculous. Just saying, if you're all about pleasing your woman and yourself, you should guys try that. Also, I don't demand it, but I'm saying y'all should do something with your girlfriend, your significant other. They got these little balls or toys that they put inside their vagina as a little spark that sticks out, and they can wear it throughout the day. You can have a remote control. You can hit the vibrator anytime, wherever you guys are at. Y'all should try that shit. Start up a little kinky thing going on. I'm not saying I've tried it, but y'all should try it for sure.
You know where that stuff comes from one pervert to the other? That shit comes from sex camera shows where you can token women and then like the vibration. You could pay for a harder vibration. It's called Love Sense.
I don't know any of that shit you're talking about, but sure.
I'm pro sex worker, so I'm like, I've watched a variety of porn. Webcams, it's a viable source.
That's beast.
Yeah.
Doe's gonna get a sponsorship with Browser.
Yeah, bitch probably might be the most fucking valuable one here, all right?
He's gonna get a
got
Browser.
the black and yellow hat. He's repping.
He's already repping.
Do you guys remember Cow Chop? I think I've brought him up before. They put a handful of their episodes up on Pornhub.
Yes.
Like they released a few of their like various episodes on Pornhub because they were playing with like sex toys or something like that, and YouTube wouldn't allow them to use those uncensored. So they put it up on Pornhub. They weren't even doing anything sexual with them. They would just like throw dildos at each other and things like that.
I'd love that. I'd slap myself in the face with a dildo if I had to.
Okay.
Think about it. It'd be pretty hot.
So,
where are those crickets at, Tony?
Yo, I had a gay guy hitting on me. I had a gay man hitting on me in the bar, and I did not know how to just tell him I was not gay. He was like, oh, so we're going to go back to my house? And I'm like, what are we going to do? Play video games? And And I kept like,
He's like, yeah, we're gonna smash.
We're
And
gonna
he
play
kept-
Smash.
he kept not wanting. He kept trying to beat around the bush, and he's like, "Oh wait, so you're gonna take me home?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna take you."
Why were you leading that guy on like that, though? That's so
I'm not
wrong.
leading him
You
on.
gave
He
him blue
wanted.
balls.
What am I supposed to do? I'm not gay. I can't
Your
have sex with him.
Your
Did he-
go-to response is always to just say, "Yo, I'm really flattered, but I'm not interested."
That's 100% the response. Did he buy you any drinks?
No, I just know him for a long time.
Gotcha. I've
He was
definitely
drunk. He was
I've
drunk.
definitely been bought some drinks by some men in bars before, and it's been that. It's been like, dude, bro, I appreciate you, but that's not me. I'm
Fuck
sorry.
that shit. I'll tell
Like,
that man to keep buying me drinks and then I'll walk away. These girls
No.
do it to us all the time. Why the fuck I can't do that? I'm not gonna fuck you. I'm gonna just drink on your paycheck and then I'm out.
Nah, I accept the drink and I offer to buy the next round. That's usually
he's
my
my
move.
friend. He's my friend, and I, you know what I mean. Maybe he was a little too drunk, and he was like just trying to put the moves on me, but I wasn't falling for it. I was
What if he just kept making a bunch of like, after you're like, "Hey, we go play video games," and he just kept making sexual innuendos about games? Like these
I
guys
would-
said, we could play
eventually.
some Super Smash. Or he's like, "My Metal Gear is solid.
We got some good couch co-op that we
play-
could get into.
Do you want to play Trails of Cold Hard Steel?"
That's
Maybe that
terrible.
one would have gotten me. And I was
That
like,
would have gotten you. Wow.
So the Trails would have
remember the
turned you on.
girl with the kombucha? She's like, no.
That would have been you. That's terrible.
Kombucha.
Well, I don't know why,
I don't
but
know what
that
you're
Black
talking
Mirror episode popped into my head where they're playing the VR game, the fighting VR game, and the two guys are like having sex in the game.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, definitely. But I think we covered those condoms pretty damn well.
Now, the condoms cover us pretty damn well.
Yeah, condoms cover you the best way.
Only way. So this one might touch a little bit sensitive spots to our parents or grandparents or whatever, but be a good one. Should you put your parents or your grandparents in an elderly home, or should you take care of them or hire someone to take care of them in their own home?
I can't believe that you are advocating hiring a hitman to kill our parents. This is such a weird question.
Yeah.
My bad.
Why are the
hire
only two
someone to
options to
take
put them
care?
into a home or to kill them?
Facts.
That's just life.
I mean, it sounds like death. But
Life
all right,
is death.
Here's my take on this, okay? My plan in life, okay, is to be well off enough that this isn't a question for my kid. I'm going to choose where I'm going to go. I'm going to
Facts.
choose what I'm going to do. I'll probably put myself in a, not a nursing home, a retirement home where there's doctors and nurses and things like that on staff. But, I'm going to spend my day at the pool, the hot tub, hitting some golf courses, you know what I'm saying? Doing the thing that these old cotton swab heads do,
That's
I'm going to have a
terrible.
bald head, of course. That's
You say
terrible.
that's terrible?
I don't want to be in no fucking retirement home. I'm gonna be in my goddamn house.
Dude, old people party, man. There is such a high rate
Oh,
of
yeah.
STDs and whatnot in retirement homes.
They wake up at
It's
5
craziness.
a.m. They eat their pudding. They're out by 12. They wake up back up at 2, and then they're back out at 5. Like, come on. They're not.
Yeah, but I
doing
mean, like,
shit.
you're going to stay home and just break your hip.
Nah.
and-
Well,
yes.
why would I break my hip?
Because you're not in the right situation that's equipped to deal with the person with the ailments that you may have.
I would definitely be in my
Bingo.
house. What?
Bingo. I think he just hit it right on the head.
No, he didn't.
I think in certain situations, yeah, if I feel like if your family is big enough and if everyone in your family is willing to help out, then yes. If you are going to put that one burden on one person in your family to take care of that person, then no. Because no matter what happens in that situation, that one family member is going to take so much brunt of like, there are good things and bad things with taking care of your parents and or elderly people. You get a satisfaction that you're helping these people. This is your family. You're able to spend time with them. But there is a reason why these things are taken care of by professionals. Like, this is not just any ordinary job, and it's not an easy job. You don't want to hope that you put your parents into some sort of elderly home where they're getting abused, because that's also a thing. But I think you want to also not put the burden on just one person in your family. If your family's small, then I think you need to think about that. I think you need to think about, I think the best thing for you to do is to always make sure that you have all of this planned out. But in the case that you don't have it planned out, and maybe you're too poor to have some sort of retirement home take them in, I think the weight needs to be spread between everyone, because it's really not fair to put that all on one person. So usually that person gets shitted on the most, and everybody has some sort of opinion on how that person should be doing their job, and that job is very hard to do.
So the question, though, would you put your parent in a nursing home, or would you keep them in a home and fix them, or
I'm
not fix them?
I'm not gonna be able to wipe my mom's shitty ass. I know that sounds terrible, and but it's not. That's not what I'm gonna be able to do. I need to hire a professional to clean my mother, to make sure she's good from her daily basis. I'm not gonna be able to cook her 3 meals a day. I just know this.
So you're gonna hire someone to take care of her in your home. You're not gonna put her in an elderly.
Absolutely, yeah.
She's not going to retirement home.
I mean, whatever she wants, I'll give that up to her. But if I have enough money to get someone hired, or whatever government assistance has somebody come over and take care of her in my house, perfectly fine. But I think that's still a job. Even on the off hours that those people leave, you're taking care of that person. You can't leave that person by themselves. It's a job 24/7. You're taking care of this person.
Yeah. You're still cooking at least a meal, probably. You're still wiping an ass. Maybe you're doing the bedtime bath. I don't know. It's a lot of work to expect anybody to do, to be honest.
It's a relationship level that I don't want to get to my parents, where I am wiping them or bathing them or anything like that. There's professionals for that.
Is that your plan, Tony? Are you gonna do that for your parents?
No, I'm not gonna put them in an elderly home. I'll let them die in their home. So it's like,
so like, if you couldn't afford, let's say, someone to come in and take care of them in their house, you would just be like, well, just stay in your house and die in your house?
No, I'm saying, like, I'm not going to put them in an elderly home and let them die in the elderly home. Like, my dad and my mom, they bust their ass for the house that they bought. So they'll die in that house. Like, that's the plan. You know what I mean?
How does that work, like, realistically, though? Like, are you going to hire a 24/7 caretaker over there? Or are you going to move into their house for their final, their twilight years?
I'm hoping that, that me and my sisters come up game plan, because it's our responsibility, because they're our parents. So you don't believe in that?
I think.
So you think one person should take the whole blunt of it?
I think
it's your parents' responsibility.
Well, no, yeah.
Yes.
But I'm saying.
But that's not always the reality.
Exactly.
That's not always the reality. You would hope that people are responsible enough to take care of themselves for their future. But unfortunately, sometimes that's not always the reality. My grandfather died, didn't even have enough money to bury himself. So it's like, it just was weird. Like, hey, I would like to say that my grandfather was a responsible person, but The reality was
He
didn't have that money there ready for my grandmother to have a long, everlasting life by herself, and he paid for his own. So it was dropped on all of my family members.
That's
And
sad.
it sucks. It sucks. There's also a really shitty religious aspect of that, which they kind of sucked all the money from my grandparents. But it is what it is. Like I said, sometimes that's not always the reality of the situation.
I think that some aspect of it depends on like how much care your parents, require. As our lifespans get longer and longer, you're more prone to you live long enough, you're going to catch cancer. You're going to catch some kind of cancer. It's just a question of which kind of cancer you're going to catch if you live long enough. Cancer will kill us all in the end. It's dementia, Alzheimer's, all these various things. Like there's a level of care that I would not be able to provide for my parents if they were dementia ridden or had Alzheimer's or anything like that. There's professionals that's what they do, and that's who should be taking care of them rather than me.
But I mean, either way, if your parents can't do it, what I'm saying is, if you have siblings, you guys come together as a family and be like, "Yo, we need to help get this handled because this, and that, and the third." Like, my mother told me, she's like, "Oh, but what happens if like your father goes and I'm left here? Like, what would you do?" I was like, "I'll put you in a nursing home." She was so upset by that answer. She was like, "You wouldn't let me live with you?" I was like, "No."
Spanish people specifically, this is a thing in Spanish culture that I've noticed. You know what's weird? They would rather not be in a nursing home. They would rather you stuff them in some small room in the back of your house. It's weird. They were like, just fit me in the smallest room in the back of your house. I promise I won't bother you. That's just weird. They're like, just keep me here.
They're going to break that promise almost instantly.
No, but if you noticed, a lot of Spanish people do that exactly. I had one of my best friends, Roger, rest in peace. He passed away. Same thing happened to him. His father took care of his mother until dementia took over. It was sad because as children, we didn't get what was going on. She thought there was a war in the house sometimes. Damn. You can't go outside. There's a war going on outside. She'd tell us and stuff like that. She was, clearly losing her mind. But we were 7 and 8 years old. We didn't grasp what dementia was. Even if you tell a 7-year-old that she's losing her mind, what's losing your mind to a 7-year-old? So it was, now that I look back, it's like, fuck, I kind of am a piece of shit for laughing when she would do that. But it was just me and my friends. We didn't get it. But yeah, they put her in her own little room and she would take care of us when nobody was in the house. Probably not the best person to take care of 3 children. But granted, she kept us from going outside. There was a fucking guerra outside. She kept us from it. And that's how she took care of us.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain?
I had a guerra means a war.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the war that she was concerned about. I had a similar conversation with my mom, Tony, and I think a lot of people view nursing home as like a place where you just like sit until you die or whatever. And
that's what it is.
There's levels of nursing homes or retirement homes, right?
I wanted to say a similar thing. Like most nursing homes are not like Happy Gilmore. Like you see there with the you will shut up, or I will. You will go to sleep, or I will put
It
you
was
to
like
sleep.
he was like you better shut your fucking mouth. Yeah, this is funny.
Yeah, there's levels to this shit. So, so my mother was incredibly offended, and I'm like, I get that you want to be in your house, and like, I guess if that's affordable to hire someone 24/7 to be in the crib, like that's cool. My gut says that that's not very affordable. And I don't think me and my brothers are equipped to be wiping a bunch of asses and feeding many meals.
Niggas will get tight quick.
Guaranteed, if it got put on us, it'd really just be put on our wives because we're not equipped for it. We're going to look to other people. And I don't think that's fair.
Some people claim that you owe your parents that they changed your diapers. They took care of you when you were a little.
Yeah, but we didn't ask them. They just did it. So.
Yeah, that's
remember that last episode we said you got to ask your kid first.
Facts. If I had to, I would. Right? If it was the only last attempt that I couldn't find anyone else, even if I tried as hard as I could, and I walked for miles, left and right, then I'd do it.
You don't got to walk to find a place, man. The internet exists. Just Google it, man.
Even if I task rabbit it and they said, no, this is not a task that you can rabbit.
They'd be like, you want some Chipotle? We'll do that for you.
Oh, my God.
All right.
But no,
even if...
I think nursing homes is like a waiting line for death, to be honest.
You're wrong. There's levels to this shit.
No, there's levels to it.
All of life is a waiting line for death, Tony. We're not going to make it out of here alive.
Yeah, that's why I said I'd rather go out the way I want to. You know? If I, let's say, knock on wood, right, I get cancer or something and, you know, I got the time, I'm going to do everything in my power to do what the fuck I want, when I want, how I want. So when that time comes and this is the last time I get to see the sunshine or the last time I get to say fuck you guys or whatever, I'll make sure it's with a bottle of Jameson in my hands and a motherfucking blunt. And I'll tell you guys to go fuck yourselves. And then I'll just go.
I was thinking about this differently. I was thinking like the Saw movies. You know, like how the reason he did the Saw thing is because he was dying of cancer and
he just put everybody through hell. Ask for my forgiveness. Here's a game. Like, that'd be beast.
He revived my brother only to shoot him in the foot or cut his foot.
I'm like, I got a rabbit's foot, but it's Michael's toe. It's like this is toe.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's super fucked to have children with the plan of having them owe you, like care when you get old. I think that's a really fucked situation.
It's super old school because, like, I mean, that's why they had so many kids back in the day, was to help on the farm, was to help raise the other kids.
Yup. This is a very old school concept that even is being carried by our parents and our grandparents. So it's still relatively not old. You know what I mean? This is still a concept that still holds weight and fuck, you know, it makes me scared because I had to see my grandfather go and it's like, fuck, who's going to be there to wipe my ass when I'm fucking old and who's going to be able to feed me? Thank God that they had my mom. You know what I mean? That my mom gave up her life to take care of them, which, like I said, were the whole concept of not putting it on one person. That also caused a lot of issues for my mom. My mom's not a professional. My mom's not equipped, medically to understand all the aspects that come with taking care of people. Is she a doctor? No, she just took it upon herself to take care of these people. And there's a lot of things that come with it that you know, cheers to my mom, because
cheers
not only
to
does she
all the mothers who deal with their mothers and fathers and help out when no one else wants to. Salud.
Yeah, no. Single
Am
mom.
I the only one drinking tonight, you bitch?
I'm drinking coffee. We've got to record again in like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Some would say that some people don't have the luxury
to just sit drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
My bad. I ain't even gonna explain myself. But yeah,
take us out of here. And
do you? No. Slow the fuck down. Slow down.
What is your ideal, Tony? You get old. What do you want to happen with you?
Left in my house with a beautiful help her take care of me.
Manners.
Doughy.
Wait. What does that have to do with anything? A beautiful
If I'm gonna die, I want to die like with someone who is a woman, beautiful, helping me. Gonna ease my pain through death.
He's going to be a lecherous old man, is what he's saying.
So your wife is cool with this?
She might not be around before. I don't know. If I'm out
So
first.
would you be cool with a hot guy helping your wife out for
And that's
everything?
bro, when you get to an old age, by the time we get to that old age, we're gonna be tired of seeing each other, right? You're gonna be like, damn, hey, you wanna grab this older bag away from me real quick? Give me my own alone time. Like, you're gonna get to that point. That's what old people do.
Tony, I think your lifestyle is going to have you dying before your wife. I'm just going to be completely honest here,
Baby. It would be sad though, because I wouldn't want to leave my wife behind like that. You know what I mean? That's sad.
What was that story you told us about eating 3 sandwiches for breakfast that were the size of your forearm?
What? I never said that. Don't make up
He said
lies.
he ate a Scooby Doo sandwich this morning after Thanksgiving.
I did not.
One of the things talking about the egg sandwiches in New York.
Oh yeah. The heroes and them big old boys. But now,
What about you? What about you, Doy? What's your ideal? You get old. What is your ideal that you want to happen?
Man, I hope I got shit together, because it doesn't seem like I'm having children anytime soon. So I hope, bro, I'll be the stereotypical New York person. I'll get a Bahamian woman to take care of me, and she'll just treat me like shit, and I'll just listen to every word she says. And
Is this the stereotypical New York thing?
Yo, if you see New York, yes. Yeah, they don't hire uppity white people. Older, rich white people do not hire other white people to take care of them. They're always like because once you go into the Mexican territory, the Bahamian territory, the prices start to drop for yearly taking care of. So I'm going to have some old Bahamian woman taking care of me, probably whipping my ass. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to ride off into the sunset with her.
Are you talking about like a Caribbean woman, or are you talking about
Caribbean.
like a I keep thinking you mean like a Bohemian woman. Like
He means from the Bahamas.
Bahamas.
He's
What about
pinpointing poor countries.
My dear, come here, my dear.
quick sidetrack?
what about you, Pooch?
Hold on. Quick sidetrack. Would you guys want to die before your significant other?
No, I don't want to
I wanna
die
live
at all.
forever.
You're gonna
What
die,
the fuck?
though. We're all gonna die.
I don't want to die,
But-
nigga. I don't
but-
want to die.
But
I'm a
saying,
Highlander, bitch. At some point, I'm gonna realize that I'm gonna live forever. Okay.
oh, okay.
Yo, I want to
Tony, you
get
don't-
to the.
Tony, you don't feel it whenever Pooch and I hang out? The quickening?
Quickening. All right. It's only won an Academy Award for greatest movie ever, people. But
Of all time.
Yeah, all time. Go ahead, Tony.
No, like I don't know if I want to die before my significant other. I would like to die at the same time, together, holding hands or shit. Like, that's sad. You get old with somebody, you get used to them to the point to now you don't have them no more, and then you just sitting there like an old fart, just like, fuck, what is life anymore? I lost the person of my life. Like, I ain't trying to live, but I ain't trying to kill myself. But I ain't trying to live.
Life goes on. I know that sounds rough to say, but my grandma's doing pretty good. And my uncle is doing all right. And he lost his wife, and my grandma lost her husband. And as much as that sucks, I think that life goes on, and I think that you should be able to enjoy your life. You know what I mean?
That's weird that you say that. I'm only saying that because you lose somebody, right? Like you lost your brother. Do you feel that same way right now by saying like life goes on?
Yes, I love my brother to death. I miss him so much, but at the end of the day, I can't make myself a future holding on to the past. Like, I love my brother. He's in the past. He's still a big part of me, and I try to include him in everything that I do, because we were so close to each other that there would be no Michael without me, and there would be no me without Michael. It was very we were that close to each other. Like, I grew up, hit puberty together. It was just a closeness that cannot be described very well. We were very close to each other. And I think that we were just, you know what I mean? I know how he feels, and I try to keep his spirit alive, as I think he would think about me if he was still alive. You know what I mean? We'd still be a big part of each other's lives. Hold on, I gotta go get a beer.
Well, go ahead, Pooch.
So yeah, I think my ideal, I actually don't know what it is. Like, I think like right now it would be like to hire someone so that I could stay in my house and have my space and all that type of stuff. But the reality is, it's like, do I do enough to maintain a retired lifestyle?
If you were the co-host of the One Up podcast, this extremely successful podcast, you'd have a reason.
The media
I said
empire.
Retired. I said retired, not working.
The Warren Buffett of podcasting.
So, yeah, I don't know. Off the top of my head, I feel like I'd want to hire someone, but then I'm also concerned, like, what if like I'm not doing enough? You know, they say like when old people stop being active in things is when those kind of die quickly.
Damn.
And something that these retirement homes give you is a ton of things to do. Like, you know, you make some friends that are in very similar circumstances to you, and you guys fill your day playing golf, doing this, doing that. Like,
I heard it's like high school all over again for them. I heard these old people, orgies, sex, just everywhere, fucking mad chlamydia everywhere. Everybody's catching some shit because motherfuckers are just fucking everywhere.
Where do you get this information
This
from?
is what I said earlier. This
This
is what happens. You know, there's straight up old people swinger communities that you can
Yes.
retire to, right?
That is so beast. That's I don't know. That's beast.
butthole to butthole.
I don't know about that.
Do you know what Doe wants? Doe wants right now to be in a diaper and having a grown woman change his diaper. That's what he wants right now.
No, I do not want that. I don't have any diaper fantasies.
though he's got the bib on, he's just going wah wah.
Although I do like to
shit.
be mimado, I like to be babied, but not in that way.
It makes me think of that Broad City episode. I just rewatched Broad City recently.
What a great show.
And I think it's like the first episode where they go and they're like trying to get like enough money to go to the Lil Wayne concert. And they end up like cleaning some dude's house in their underwear. And then at the end, like they go to get their money from him and he starts saying, "I'm just a baby. I don't have any money. I'm just a baby." He pulls down his pants. He's got a diaper on and they just laugh and take all his
That's
booze
funny.
and walk out.
That's pretty funny.
Save us, Tony.
Some would say you should watch a show all the way through to know if it's good.
Oh my God, we're back to attacking these dudes, Pooch or Doughboy. What are we doing? But anyways, yeah, people, it's your decision. Do what you want with your parents or your grandparents. Take care of them. Don't. But you should talk it out. Have a conversation now while they're still all up there. You know, get a plan in motion. But
I agree with that.
from the One Up Podcast, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. Please hit that bell. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on Facebook.
Can I cut you off real quick before we end? There's something sad about living in New York. Yo, there are some old people that have not thought their life all the way through. Bro, you will see like a 90-year-old person out here going to get groceries, carrying massive amounts of groceries home, and you're like, how are you doing this right now? You're on the train traveling downtown, and it's like these people are grasping onto what they have left. I do not want to end up like one of those people in New York that are like 80, 90 years old, still going out to do, which is maybe what keeps them alive at this point. But Fucking A, bro. This shit is not a city for young people.
Hey, yo, dog.
For old people.
Dog, you got somebody
old
at your
people.
window, dog. All right, so if you haven't hit that notification button, hit the notification button. Ring the bell. Let us know to let you know when we're dropping these hot videos. We're on what? We're on Apple. We're on Amazon. We're on Podbean. We're on not on Pandora yet. We're on all these
Not on
social
SoundCloud.
media. Oh my God. We're on all these social medias. All of them. Don't be afraid to share, hit the like button, subscribe. And like we always say, go one up yourself. Peace.
Peace.